small intentions with gratitude, excitement, love, set the tone for the whole day. Do you actually wake up in the morning and go, yay, another day on planet Earth, woo! No? Right, okay. Are you alive? Yes. Is that reason to celebrate?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it is. You can get out of bed. Yeah, you can put one foot down on the carpet and yeah, it's okay. There's so many people out there who can't even do that. So think about all of the little things that we take for granted every day. Do you walk downstairs and turn the tap on?
Yeah.
Is the fresh, clean drinking water in that tap? Yeah. And do you then put it in the kettle and flick the little switch and by magic the electricity comes through and warms up your water? How much do we take for granted? Yeah. So while you're standing there in the morning, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, which takes about a minute, you could just do a little sort of gratitude practice then, couldn't you? Just, I am really grateful. And think about how you want your day to go. If you set an intention in front of you that your day is going to go well, then it will happen. Okay? We automatically can go into a negative spiral, can't we? If we get out of bed the wrong side and we get in the shower and someone's had all the hot water and then you get in the car and you're doing a traffic here and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. You can stop that, okay? You can stop it just by noticing and being aware that this is happening. And you can just step back, okay? Breathe. Just stop that energy. Okay. Do you all know how to breathe properly? Well, you all know how to breathe properly because you're all here. Okay, you're all here. You're all breathing. But a lot of the time we don't breathe down into our belly. We only breathe here in our chest. Okay. So I'm going to get you to stand up again. All right. Okay. Right. What I want you to do is I want you to put your hands on your bellies. Okay? And we're going to really love our belly now, okay? Whatever shape our belly is, it's there. And when we take a breath in, we take a breath in through our nose. And what we want to feel is the air going in through our nose, down through our chest, and expanding our belly. Now, most people, when you take a deep breath in, would go and put their chest down, yeah? Which actually constricts your diaphragm and doesn't allow the air to go down into your lungs. So what you want to try and do is actually get the air to expand your belly because that will mean the air is going into your lungs. So it's quite opposite of what you would normally do. So if you've never done it before, it might feel a little bit awkward. So try. So watch me go. And then when I breathe out, this contracts and I'm pushing air out of my diaphragm. So try again. And out. And one more. In. And out. Okay. Anybody feeling a little bit lightheaded? Sit there. I don't want you falling on the floor. The reason you're feeling lightheaded is because you have given more oxygen to your brain than you have done for a long time. So you'll be able to do the crossword on the way home tonight, Beverly.
Good try.
See? Multitask as well, fantastic. But what you do, when you do the exhale, okay, you're pushing the stale air out of your lungs. So when you don't breathe deeply enough, you're actually still got sort of a 25% residue of stale air. So when you breathe in, you can't fill up your lungs because you haven't exhaled enough. So you've got a lot of carbon dioxide in there. So a little tip for you. When you're stressed at work and you need to not shoot your boss, you could go and breathe. Okay, that will help. It really will. All right. So when is the best time to set your intentions for the day? Now I'm giving you tactics and strategies here, and you're thinking, well, if I've got to do a gratitude list and I've got to sit and think about what my intentions are going to be and I've got to breathe, this is going to take another half an hour, yeah? they're little things that you can just start adding in. I'm not saying do every one of them straight away. Try them. See which one works for you. I love to do an intention journal, so I set my day up so it's going to go well. All right. So I do mine first thing in the morning because I'm a morning person. I like to get up early, have some time to myself before the day starts. You can do it before you go to sleep, because that way your subconscious will actually be working on your behalf for you while you're sleeping, setting your day up for the next day. Okay. Positive body movements stimulate positive thought patterns. So if you do jump out of bed in the morning and go, yay, another day, woo! Your body's going, yes, I'm liking this. This is cool. And it will respond and send endorphins around your body. So you will feel happier. So when you're in the shower, have anyone got radios or CDs that you can hear music when you're in the bathroom? Why not? Yes. Great place to have a good sing. No one else can hear you. Perhaps they can. It doesn't matter. Okay? What other people think of you is none of your business.
And
Okay.
most of the time you don't even like them anyway. So why are you worried?
But your positive body stance really does. You know, if you're feeling fed up, we do this. But when you're feeling good, the shoulders are back, and your body responds to that. There is an intrinsic link between how you react, how you feel in your body will affect how you feel in your mind. How you feel in your mind will affect what's happening in your body. It really does have a positive effect when you change the way. So stretch and smile. You've just done your breathing. So just put your arms up in the air. Have a big yawn. Oh. Okay. See, now you could do that at your desk and people wouldn't know you're being, positive and adding new strategies to your life. They wouldn't think you're completely balmy, would they? If you're just having a stretch and yawn. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so positive words also affect the very structure of your body, which I've talked about before. This was the study done, one of the studies by Masaru Emoto that I talked about. Okay, and all he did was actually put positive words onto water and negative words onto water. Okay, it sounds really, really odd, and this is where we go a little bit woo-woo, okay? But look it up, all right? This beautiful, symmetrical shape is a crystal that is formed in water after it was offered a beautiful prayer, okay? That horrible, ugly thing was before, okay? This is thank you. This is what it forms when the words thank you are written on it. You make me sick, I will kill you, was written on that one, and that is what it formed, okay? So your body does respond to all of the words and the feelings.
Did you say it was Japanese?
Yes.
So is this true in any language then?
Absolutely. It's been done, there's not just a Emoto who's done it, it's been done all over the world. Yeah. There's another lady who, is anyone into angels? Yeah?
I've been in Cedar in Virtue.
Yeah, amazing. She actually, by chance, came across this when she was recording a book. Her son was doing the sound recording, and he noticed that when she was saying positive words, the imagery of the positive word was a really beautiful high frequency. And then when it was a negative word, such as hate or anger, it was really dense. So, and he just picked that up and he said, Mum, look at this. And of course then they wrote a book about that because it was fascinating. So people who have a positive mental attitude are 31% more productive than those people who either have a neutral or a negative state. So it really does affect your productivity as well, and what you do. So there's another guy, if you've never heard of him, look him up, David Hamilton. David Hamilton is actually a scientist who really got into spirituality and wanted to see how the two areas merged, and this is exactly what he's done. So Kindness is Good for You is one of the best books I've ever read, and it really explains about why being kind affects you in a chemical way. Okay. And I now, over the last few years, have done quite a lot of things to do with kindness because I'm passionate about it. I helped put together Kindness Birmingham last year for International Kindness Day, and it was a phenomenal day where we just were handing out flowers and hugs to people, and just beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, I'm working with this lady called Sharon Fox, who is a cancer sufferer, and she has set up her own cancer centre. She's actually setting up 5 cancer centres throughout the Midlands, and I was actually at their meeting last night, and there was 30 people in the room who were all volunteers, and everyone was just there to help each other, and it's just beautiful. I'm working with Mind for mental health in Birmingham, and obviously the Teenage Cancer Trust and Fire Stephen, and the strange people in the yellow t-shirts, that's me in the middle with the big laugh. Okay, these are volunteers who all they want to do is go out and have a good time, talk to people, chat to people, and get them to smile and be happy. And it's actually a community interest company that I have formed with a group of other like-minded people, and we've got a database of volunteers throughout the UK who are just going to events and just increasing the happiness and the smiles at the events. So if you're interested in that, then talk to me at the end and I'll tell you more about it. Okay. So positive thoughts, yeah, positive words, positive deeds. All of those things are really, really important. So become a pearl diver. Do you know what I mean by that? Start looking for the pearls. How many shells do the pearl divers have to open before they find a pearl? Do they find one every time? No. Keep going, because they know there's a pearl in there. So keep going. All right. So we're on to this one. You might want to start getting a bit worried now, because we're on to play, laugh, and create. Okay. So one of my favourite pictures of all time. Live like someone left the gate open. Yeah, remember? In the morning, yay, I'm alive! Okay, so you're all thinking, what on earth are we going to be doing now? We've done breathing, and we've done silly things like this. What are we going to do now? Okay, so the core philosophy of laughter yoga, laughter therapy, is actually joy. It's experiencing joy. And there are 4 elements to joy: singing, dancing, laughing, and playing, which children do all the time. But as adults, we don't necessarily say, today I'm going to incorporate this in my day. But I think it might be a good idea, yeah? If you've got children, it's great because you can do that. You've got a purpose, you've got a reason, and you were saying you do loads of funny stuff and silly things with your children. But if you haven't got children, borrow one. No. Find someone who wants to have a bit of fun. You don't have to have children to do silly things, as you'll find out in a moment. Okay. So it's time for us to get in touch with a couple of the elements. So we're going to learn a new song. Now this can be your shower song, guys. Okay, that's what you sing in the shower. This can be your shower song. So I am going to get you to stand up again, and we are going to sing a song, and we're going to do some movements as well. Okay, so it's called now we're going to have fun there. There, that's it. If you want to just come over to here, Annie, that's brilliant, fantastic. Okay, right then, okay. So it's called the Happy Self Song, and this is the first word. So you've got the words, so you've got no reason not to join in because you can see the words, all right? Now what this is what I like to call an affirmative song. Now, any of you heard of affirmations? Yeah. Yes, brilliant, I like that. Brilliant, yes. So an affirmation is telling yourself something that perhaps isn't necessarily true at the moment, yes? So today I'm feeling fantastic when absolutely feeling really crap, yeah? But the more you tell yourself and the more you see that written down, the more it's going into your psyche and into your physical body, and it's going to have an effect, okay? So this is exactly what we're going to do with the Happy Self song. So this is why I say do it in the shower, because if you do this in the shower in the morning, you can do it sitting down there if you want to. What it will do is will wake your body up, and it will really enrich your body, okay? Trust me, I do it most mornings. My husband doesn't like the fact that I do it most mornings, but he's just used to it now, okay? Right, so what we're doing, we're affirming to our body. So we're actually going to tap all over our bodies, all of the parts of our body that we're going to tell are happy and healthy, all right? Tap yourself, you don't need to tap anybody else in the room, okay? And tap appropriately, obviously. You can do the bottom's fine, no problem. So, now, first things first, I apologise, I am not the best singer in the world, but you know what, I don't care. So it goes something like this. What I'll do is I will sing through the first bit, and then you'll get the tune, and then I'll get you to join in. Are you okay to join in with me? Yes? Yeah? Everybody happy? Yeah. Perhaps not particularly, but just about. Okay, so, right, it goes something like this. I'll start you off. It goes, every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Right, your turn. Now, Julian is now sweating a little bit.
You've heard me singing.
Your children are going to love this, I tell you. Right, okay, so you're ready to join in with me?
Yeah.
What I haven't told you is the two more verses after this. So we'll go into those straight after. Okay, so every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Brilliant! Well done! Next verse! Woo! Right, now we're telling ourselves now that every thought in our head is positive. Okay, so we'll just come along with me, alright? So, every little thought in my head is positive. Every little thought in my head is brill. Every little thought in my head is positive. Every little thought in my head is brill. Feels so chill to be brill. Every little thought in my head is brill. Feels so chill to be brill. Every little thought in my head is brill. You're brilliant. Really good. Right. Third verse is about kindness. So it's every little beat of my heart is kindness. Every little beat of my heart is love. Every little beat of my heart is kindness. Every little beat of my heart is love. Feels so good to have in mind that every little beat of my heart is kind. It feels so warm to have in mind that every little beat of my heart is kind. And every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is faster. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell in my body is well. Yay! You can sit. Now, unfortunately for you, you will now have that tune developed a new neural pathway in your head, And it will be there with you. So hopefully you'll enjoy seeing that in the shower in the morning, and teach it to everyone you know, your children if you've got them. They do love it. So, okay, so who is actually happy to sing and dance? Okay. Who was mortified? Yeah, Julian. So this was Julian waiting to go and be cracked in the pan, okay? So those of you who were happy to do it were releasing all the good hormones, yeah, beforehand, and absolutely releasing them as you were doing it. If you weren't so happy, you might have been going into the fight or flight response, which our body automatically does, and this is why we are still here today as a human race, because of that fight or flight. I haven't got time to go into all of that today, but it's again, really interesting topic. So, but laughter is actually a fantastic tool to release that emotion. You know, that pent-up emotion that we hold and we suppress under the carpet and push the cork down, yeah? Now what I didn't say to you is that cork is naturally floating. And when we do the suppression, yeah, when we suppress emotion, we actually get that cork and we just push it down, don't we? And we hold it there. And we walk around with it there all the time. And we just keep it there and pretend it isn't there, because no one will know, because we've done that, we've kept that there. But suddenly, one day, somebody is going to press some button somewhere, and that cork is going to go, and it just explodes, doesn't it? So what we don't want is to be keeping it suppressed. We want to release that emotion as much as we can in a safe environment as well. And the more we are aware of the emotions that we're feeling and allow ourselves to feel them at the time, we won't be doing that. We won't be pushing that cork down. We'll be addressing those feelings at the time. However, laughter is a fantastic way to release. I do a lot of work with, as I say, cancer patients, and it's a way for them to release the pent-up emotion just by laughing. And it's, you know, when you laugh, sometimes you can cry, and sometimes you cry so much you laugh. It's because they're so closely linked. So, you can do this sitting down. We're going to exercise your smile muscles. Yeah, that's the official term for them. Makes me look good, doesn't it? You know, zygomaticus major. Okay. So just imagine you need 2 hands free for this. Okay. I'm just going to do this one. All right. Okay. So you didn't know you were doing all this tonight, did you? Just came along to find about 9 steps to happiness, and here I am doing silly songs, wearing things on my head and. Right, okay, so in this hand, okay, it doesn't matter, you can choose which one of your hands it is. You have a pot of cream, okay? It's laughter cream. So, with this hand, you're going to take a nice big dollop, okay, of laughter cream, all right? And we're just going to put that one down now. And just take some out of that hand. So you've now got laughter cream on both hands, okay? So all you need to do is rub your cream in. Okay, and when you rub your she said, oh my God. When you rub your laughter cream on, it makes you laugh. Okay, you watch. Now, mine is a really, really expensive version, obviously. Okay, so I can't say for yours whether yours is going to be as good, but you can give it a try, you know. Yours could be an Aldi version. Yeah. But actually, Aldi's really good quality. So, give it a go, alright? So, take your spoon, try it on your cheeks first. A little giggle. Now you're finding this really difficult. It is something that is completely out of your comfort zone, to just laugh for no reason and to use your imagination like this. You used to do this when you were a child all the time, but you've got conditioned out of doing it. Children laugh up to 400 times a day, on average, every day. How many times a day do you think adults laugh? Sorry?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Give me some figures, what do you reckon? 10? Yeah? Yeah, about average. 5 to 10. Don't go out with Julie. It's actually 15, and actually the most recent studies have taken that figure down to 7.5. So we've got such a massive divide, haven't we, that we need to address. So this is why laughter yoga actually started, because it was started by a doctor in Mumbai when he did a research paper on the benefits of laughter on the body, and he realised that actually adults don't laugh as much as children, and of course then we have all the health problems. So play is another thing that we don't do enough of as adults. I'm not going to go into massive detail with this at the moment, but there is enormous power in play, and there's a guy called Dr. Stuart Brown. Again, this is on your slide, so you'll get copies of this. And he has done 8 play personalities, so all of us fit into one of these play personalities, and actually have a little bit of others as well. We have a major play personality. And you really only have to think about your childhood and what sort of things you used to love to do. So it could be that you used to love to build things, or climb trees, or be athletic, or play imaginative games. So there's lots and lots of different ways you can play. But it's looking back at what you used to do and saying, this is my life now. What element of play do I have in my life right now? Do I actually experience any of this anymore? And if you don't, then Spice is obviously a fantastic way for you to find out ways to play, isn't it? Because they do all sorts of different activities. So look it up, okay? I'm not going to go through all the ones they are on now, because I don't want to waste time when you can spend time actually going on to Stuart Brown's website and doing a play personality profile. Okay, you can actually just go on the website and do it to find out. But it is really crucial to human development. And this is why laughter therapy is really powerful. So, we've covered honour your moments and harness your joy. We've covered awareness of emotional responses, only on the surface, obviously, not in detail. Looking at practice positivity and playing and laughing and being creative. And now we're on to invest in your vision. Now, I asked that question at the beginning, didn't I? Who's got a goal, a vision, an aspiration? And who was it who said they had? Yeah, Julian, you did, didn't you? So, what I'm going to say to you here, first of all, is if you want to know more details from me, and you want to get more in-depth details, if you text my number, okay, with book, and write your email address on the text. You can do it now. I'm going to give you 2 minutes while I have a drink of water, okay? If you've got a phone and you want to do that, I can send you a chapter of the new book that I am in the middle of, well, nearly finished writing. So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds. Ready? Yep. I've turned it on to silent so it's not going bing, 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 bing. Okay. Right, invest in your vision. Has anyone heard of vision boards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, put your hand up. Yeah, heard of vision boards? Keep your hand up if you've made one. Okay, right, so yeah, brilliant. Okay, how long ago did you do your vision boards? Julian, Joe, Rachel, was it? Sorry?
About 3-4 years ago.
Yeah? And did anything happen that was on your vision board? Right, okay. Joe?
2 years ago.
2?
And everything happened within 6 weeks.
Now Rachel's looking at you with green eyes. How about you, Julian?
About 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, so very recently. Brilliant. Okay. So, those of you who've never heard of them before, don't know what they are, basically, it's just you sitting down and really taking stock of your life and deciding what is it I want from my life, and just finding imagery, because it really helps to have imagery with your brain, with your mind, the way it works, to actually see that. And then you use it, you look at it all the time, and you get into the emotion of it. And that's the most important thing with anything like this. It's how you feel. when you look at those pictures. So it's not just seeing the picture, it has to be you in the picture. Yeah, so if it's a car you're wanting, you have to be driving it.
But it was the right thing as well.
Absolutely.
If you want a red car, don't put a blue one on your vision board.
Yeah.
Serious? No, I'm absolutely serious.
Serious, yeah. But I won't go into. Yeah, I won't go into massive details. I mean, there's plenty of things out there about vision boards. Yeah, it's just an awareness for you to look into. Okay, but there's a lot of work you could do beforehand, because this is more important, I feel. Okay, what I call your pre-vision work. So, what you want to do first of all is actually identify what your passions are and your core values. Has anyone done any core value work? Yes. Julian has. He just wants the gold star, doesn't he? That's what it is. He's come tonight to get a gold star. No, well done. Core values are quite in-depth, but it's really identifying who you are, what makes you tick, what you agree with, what you don't agree with, what you live by. And again, if you've never done it before, there's a certain man in the room who can actually do that for you. That gentleman at the back is one of my best friends, Paul, and that's some of the work that Paul does as well. Okay, so it's really, really fantastic and fascinating thing to look into. Know your strengths and uncover your talents. So we are looking at stripping bare, really, and looking at who you are and what makes you happy, what things you've got into doing that perhaps are not you, and really understanding who you are. I obviously do a lot of one-to-one work with clients to do this, yeah. So, and then you can set out your vision, because it might be that you sit and do your vision board and think, this is what I want, and actually it could be because it's completely against who you really are. You don't know that, we don't know that, I'm not saying that, but do some pre-vision work first. Put some emotion in your vision, okay? Spend time knowing what you really, really want, and why you want it, yeah? That's the most important thing. Why do you want this? How is it going to make you feel? And really understand how it would feel to get it. You got yours in 6 weeks. So how did it feel to get all these things?
Unbelievable. Some of them I turned down.
Because it was too much, or at the time?
One of the things I've asked for was to do more work with a certain company, never believing that the opportunity would come along. And the person doing the work at the time handed a notice in, and they rang me and said, did I want to do it? But it was every Sunday, and it didn't fit. So I said no, because it didn't actually fit what I wanted to do. But it's the fact that it was actually offered.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. And then keep your vision fluid. Don't let it stagnate. You know, we change, don't we, all the time. And the things, our priorities change, and we as people change. I am not the same person I was 10 years ago, for sure. Yeah. I'm more me now than I ever was, because I was covered up by a lot of layers. So, have a really clear picture of what you really want. I love this quote. The 2 most important days of your life are the day that you were born and the day that you find your why. Yeah. Now, some people believe that you are here for a purpose, that we have a purpose in life. What's my purpose in life? Yeah. And a lot of people actually spend a lot of time searching for what their purpose is. Now, my daughter is 9 years old now. At the time she said this quote that I'm going to say to you now, she was just 8. And we've just watched a film called Hugo, and it's a really interesting film. And in the film they were talking about purpose and life purpose and what is life purpose. And she was really reflective, and she said to me, Mom, she said, what if your purpose is to not know what your purpose is? And I thought that was a really profound thing to say, because we can spend so long trying, I'm here to do something, to be something, to change the world in some way. But what if it's just to be? To experience life to its fullest and to enjoy everything that comes along. we can guide it slightly, can't we? We can start rowing in a certain direction. So, okay, the 3 very important questions that you can ask yourself when you're setting out your vision. What experiences and objects do I actually want to have in this lifetime? Okay? How do I want to grow? Because as a soul, you are designed to grow. Okay? And what do you want to contribute to the world? So it doesn't have to necessarily be a purpose, but is there something that you like to contribute so that when you've gone, there's something there, your stamp on the world? So the experiences you want to have, for me, this is one of the experiences I want to have. This will make me happy, yeah? When I'm in that balloon above the African plains at sunrise, I'm happy. And this is what makes your soul happy. This is how I want to grow. And for me, one of the things that really, really floats my boat is writing, yeah? And actually getting something out there, written down and out for the world to read. Okay? And then the contribution to the world. I'm very, very passionate about children understanding emotional intelligence. And I do a lot of educational consultancy. And I have a company called Happy at Heart, which is sitting there at the moment really quite, not stagnant, but awaiting things. Because finances are not right in education, etc. But it will happen, and I will make my mark somewhere in education. So that's my contribution to the world. So that's mine, so that's to help you look at how yours would fit, okay? The trick is to enjoy life and don't wish away your days waiting for better ones. Because today could be the only day you've got left. We don't know. Don't wait, okay? If you're into spirituality, or you're starting to get into it, this is a fantastic starting book, okay? Science of Getting Rich is by a gentleman who's, I think it was written in 1810, by Wallace D. Watt. Has anyone heard of The Secret? Put your hand up if you heard of The Secret. Okay, right. The little green book that Rhonda Burns was handed by her daughter was that book. Okay, so that's where it all comes from. And I feel that that's more powerful. But that's just my personal opinion, okay? I like The Power. She's done The Power since, and she's done The Magic. Power's a really, really beautiful book about love, all right? So, we've covered quite a lot, all right? What we haven't covered are these. And we're not going to have time to cover all of these in detail. So, what I'm going to do is give you a little sort of bullet points on these and what they mean for you. And obviously, if you want to look at each of these in turn and do it properly, I do a 9-week course where we look at each one, all right? So nurture your mind, your body, your soul. So drink lots of water. It's one of the best things we can do for our bodies is to drink water. Get plenty of rest. Digest positive books, positive words, yeah? Feed your soul, yeah? Laugh, play, have fun. Enrich your relationships. When we're looking at happiness, actually the biggest factor in being happy is having happy relationships with others that you're close to. So if you've got a happy relationship, then you will be happy. Okay, so enrich your relationships. You know the little notes that I talked about? Let me show you the buzzies again. Just you can all take one buzzy home. In fact, that's going to be your homework. Okay, these are my buzzies, and they're just little post-it notes, except they haven't got the sticky bit on them. All right, and they've got a thing on the bottom saying why they've been sent. All right, what they are, and you write your personal note on there. So I want you to take one of these away with you today, and I want you to write a note to somebody that you know this time, okay? To thank them for something specific, really specific, okay? So it could be that it's somebody you work with who, when they come in, always make you a drink, yeah? So put it on their desk, put it on their computer screen or whatever, and say, thank you so much for making my drink every day. I may not say thank you, but I really do appreciate it. It's a really kind thing that you do, and leave it for them. They will keep that little note and they'll put it up, yeah, because you would if you received one, all right? So I'll make sure you all get one of those. So really enrich your relationships. Tell people that you love why you love them. Not, I love you. Why? Because when someone says that to you, and they're specific, it really touches your heart. Send a love letter and look for positive attributes. Now when I say look for positive attributes, that's for people that perhaps you're not getting on with very well, okay? And that are pushing your buttons a little bit, yeah? Or we all know somebody like that, or a few people like that. The best possible thing you can do is send them love. Now that can be a really, really difficult thing to do. So why not make a list of all the positives of that person? And I've done this with clients who have real relationship problems, and they sit every day and write a positive list, and it changes the energy that they emit to that person, and they pick up, and it completely changes their relationship. It is one of those woo things, but it really, really does work. Sit, be mindful and meditate. Now I'm not saying you've all got to go off and sit in the lotus position and hum, okay, or om, but stillness and calm and peace can be in different ways. You could just go for a walk in nature and be appreciative of the beauty of nature, of the sun, of the trees, of the birds singing. Just be mindful. Being mindful is just being in an aware space and being acknowledging your senses. So you can do mindful listening, where you decide to just listen to what you can hear in the room, or listen to one specific. Let me see what we've got time. Yeah. I'm going to just chime this. We're going to do some mindful listening. Okay, so just get yourself comfortable. Now, there are going to be lots of other noises that you can hear around you. There's music in the background out there. There might be some kitchen noises in there. All I want you to do is listen to the chime. And when you can't hear the chime anymore, just raise your hand. Okay, so you're just listening to the chime. Okay? So we can do it, can't we, amidst everything else? We can still be in calm and silence. So that is mindful listening. You can go on a mindful walk where you decide to just see whatever it is that you can see, or look for something specific. So mindfulness is really, really simple. Meditation doesn't have to be complex and doesn't have to take years to practice. I can't sit and those of you who say I can't do meditation, meditation is allowing thoughts to come in and allowing them to go out again. And then when they come in, you notice them and you let them go out again. So it's not, you will not get into that place where there's nothing coming in. It's just allowing them to drift away. Start living with purpose. Stephen made a bucket list of all the things he wanted to achieve in his life. Have you got one? No. Okay. We don't know how long we've got, so let's have a look at all the things we want to do and we want to achieve. We are not going to get there until we actually start actioning them and doing them, okay? If it's a dream of yours to go and open a school in Africa, okay? Yeah, some people say that's a vision, I'd love to do that. When I retire, I want to do this. Okay, whereabouts in Africa? It's the biggest continent in the world, okay? And how much is it going to cost you? What sort of children do you want to do? Have you got the qualification to be able to get you there? Have you got the money to be able to get you there? What are you doing? What are you doing today that will help you achieve that goal? we always can do something that will just move us forward a little step. Okay. So, I'm just going to play a song to you now. Okay. This was my favourite song when I was growing up, and it still is one of my favourite songs today. And I'm going to turn the music right up because I really want you to get into the emotion of this. And it's about your dreams, and it's about your aspirations, and about perhaps you suddenly realising now that there are things that you want to achieve. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes while I just really get into the energy of this. Hello.
That I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Did anyone feel the emotion of that?
Yeah.
That was the intention. Yeah, to really kick in to you there, because you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And by feeling that emotion as deeply as you just did then, that is where I want you to go to get there, is to actually really understand how it feels when you're there. Okay, so how do you measure your life? Measure it by moments. Each and every one of the moments that you experience are there to help you and guide you. Now, if you see me today, you'd say that I'm fairly okay, happy, a bit mad, strange, yeah? I would say I've had the most challenging year I've ever had. And I have used all the strategies that I teach, and that's why I can be up here today sharing my, it's not massive knowledge, it's just a passion that I have. But you don't do it without practicing. You have to practice, and you have to try and install that. So think about becoming a smile maker. So the big smile is the volunteer database. If you want to have a bit of fun and really get some community spirit with other people, then smile makers are our people that go out into the communities and do that. And it's good fun, so come and talk to me about that. And you can talk to Paul as well, because Paul is also part of the Big Smile. And if you want to know any more about me, okay, those are all my details, but if you text me, then you'll get contact from me anyway. I am just about to start a new subscription site with £20 a month, so it's a really affordable way of connecting with me. And in that, it will be mainly video. Yeah, you'll be getting video footage from me, sharing new strategies, new techniques, things that I've learned and that I want to share. If you want to go much deeper, then we'll be looking at the Emotional Reboot, which is a 3-month programme. And I also do them as retreat days, so we can do a whole day. Does anyone know Lichfield? There's a beautiful place called Netherstowe House in Lichfield. That's where I do my retreat days. And of course I do, get the plug in. I do corporate work as well. So if any of you work in any organisations that need some stress management skills, teaching, then talk to me, please. Yeah, I'm passionate about that. Okay, so that was me. Okay, so thank you for coming. Please stay and chat to me afterwards. I'm here while I'm tidying up, etc. etc. Take your little stones if you want to, and take some details. Speak to me about Big Smile, but yourself a clap for me.